Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. Thanks for staying with us. I'm pleased to have with us Mike Burnick. He's the Senior Analyst Editor, Director of Research for the Sovereign Society. Mike, welcome to Traders Nation. How are you today?
Hi, Kirk. Good morning. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for being with us. Go global by investing locally in beer. Does it get any better than that, Mike?
You know, it really doesn't get any better than that. I mean, you got to love investing in products like Peter Lynch used to say, you got to go out there and kick the tires. Well, I'll tell you, I love to kick the tires in the beer market whenever I get the chance, especially on a hot summer day.
Right.
But, you know, there's also some interesting themes in terms of, you know, global investing to be found in that line of reasoning as well, which is really what I find intriguing about it.
All right. Now, one topic, of course, Budweiser is on a global basis. In fact, Bud really has to go outside domestically for a couple reasons. One of them, a lot of people are going to the harder stuff plus wine. So they really got to look outside of the U.S. markets if they're going to be selling more beer. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, you know, Anheuser Busch is a great classic American icon, you know, big blue chip S&P 500 company.
Sure.
But, you know, a lot of investors kind of gave up on that stock, kind of gave up on it, you know, left it for dead in recent years, mainly because it wasn't growing much, as you pointed out.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen much volume growth here in the U.S. because it's mainly a pretty mature market.
Right.
So what Budweiser did a couple of years ago, they decided to diversify internationally, by making a couple pretty shrewd acquisitions for some overseas partners. And that's really paying off in much faster revenue, much faster sales growth, much faster profit growth for the company right now.
Right. Now we've seen them take stakes in Corona. That's down in Mexico. They've also got some interest in some Japanese liquor products and so forth. Let's talk about, for international investors, are they coming in? Is this Bud for them?
Well, you know, I think so. I mean, the thing we see these days, a major theme, obviously, in the market, Kurt, is the fact that, you know, everybody wants to go global these days. You know, you see every day these international markets in China are up 100% already this year after being up 150 last. So, you know, everybody wants to try to grab that global investing express before it leaves the station.
Right.
But, you know, a lot of times you can invest in, you know, good old blue chip American companies like Budweiser is a great case in point, a lot closer to home, easier to invest in, and still get the same international diversification.
Sure. Now, we've seen some other beer companies actually being bought out by foreign entities. And is that slowed down, or are we going to anticipate some more acquisitions going on?
Well, you know, I think you probably will see a lot of consolidation on an international basis, and you're right. That's been a big trend. As a matter of fact, of the big three, you know, U.S. beer makers you think of, there's only the one now, Anheuser Busch, that's actually still 100% American.
Right.
Because, you know, Miller is now owned by a European conglomerate, Saab Miller Brewing, which was a deal done a couple of years ago.
And Coors sold out, didn't they?
Yeah, Coors actually merged with Molson, so they still have significant operations here in the United States, but they're now, you know, part and parcel of Molson Breweries of Canada. So, you know, it's not really a pure play anymore. The only pure play you got is Budweiser. But, you know, the intriguing thing about Anheuser-Busch is the fact that they're getting such a significant increase in profitability coming from their overseas investments.
Right.
Really starting to pay off. And I think that's a trend that's got to continue.
Now, we got about a minute left, and I'm curious on the consolidation. Is it just strictly for survival, or is it for distribution? Is it just widen the base of business?
Well, it's a little bit for both. It's mainly distribution. Of course, you get better economies of scale, and that's something Anheuser-Busch has done well. You know, they originally had a distribution stake with Corona years ago before they bought a 50% interest in the company. So, you know, they kind of tiptoed in and now have taken a bigger bite.
Sure.
But that's something you're going to see continue because, you know, obviously that's a great way to enhance profitability.
All right, Mike, where can we find you? Sovereign Society, right?
Yeah, just go to our web address. It's www.sovereignsociety.com, and you can read all about my blog.
All right, that's awesome. Head on over there today. That is www.sovereignsociety.com. And, of course, Mike Burnick, thanks for being on Traders Nation today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kurt.
You're more
Have a good day.
Same to you, fella. All right, head on over there, sovereignsociety.com, and check out all the beer information you need. We'll be right back.